Michael Brown. So there we have it, full time at the Etihad Stadium. The players are waving the handshakes out on the pitch behind us, and it has finished Manchester City 5, Watford 1. That is 3 points, which puts us 4 points at the top. Liverpool, over to you. Here to get into that is Paul Dickov, Michael Brown and Stephen McInerney. Stephen, what's your assessment of the game as a whole?
I'm a happy man, Kel. A very happy man. Top of the league, 4 points clear. Of course, big ask tomorrow, but all you can do is do your own bit. And I'm really happy for Jesus as well, to be honest. A bit of an unsung hero. Today it was a masterclass from him. Assist, of course, 4 goals. It's pretty much all you can ever ask. Ali said it on the commentary as well. You can't ask for more than that from a striker. But he deserves it. He absolutely does deserve it. The team itself, I thought it was a good performance. Weirdly, I think we played better than that, and we still scored 5 goals, which is really encouraging. But at this stage of the season, as we were saying at half-time, just getting those 3 points. And right now, mate, I'm buzzing. I'm very happy. That's
what we love to hear, Stephen. Now, we'll get into the highlights in just a second, but throughout the half there as well, and we're going to look forward to this in a second, we saw that Pep had the chance to get De Bruyne off the pitch, get Rodri off the pitch, and kind of bring on a few players to give them the rest. Do you think that's him looking ahead to the Champions League game against Real Madrid on Tuesday?
I think, for all honest, when Kevin De Bruyne is on the pitch, in the top games, you believe that could be the difference, where they're tight, where they're really so hard to break through. So we've seen Atletico, Champions League games, especially games against Liverpool, top of the title, etc. But he's the difference. You just see what he can do with the ball in key areas, left foot, right foot, whether it's assists, whether it's goals, whether it's driving through the middle of the pitch, and just his leadership. So, yeah, it was a great one there. Rodri as well has played a lot of minutes. I think it was important there. Rick Laporte as well. And I was wondering which players you'd actually look at. You're looking across going, go take him off, don't put him on, please keep everybody. But if we know Pep Guardiola, he believes in, that's whatever will be, will be. We have to win the game. We continue to get more minutes. It's about rhythm. Probably when I was growing up a little bit more, it would be a bit more, well, you could save them. The game's only Tuesday, be careful. Sunday, Monday, etc. For what you're going on and do regards to training. But it was a great. You couldn't have asked for anything more. We were sat here, weren't we, thinking a good, a comfortable start, getting a couple of goals, so the end can be just a possession-based game. And I think that was. It's like, Paul, don't you? When you've got a lead like that and you've got a game coming up, you don't have to make that challenge, you don't have to make that forward run, and you can just keep the ball.
No, they didn't get out of second gear after the 5th goal went in, and didn't have to really. And we're saying before the game, some of the players that come into the team today, are they thinking, oh well, I'm not going to be involved on Tuesday? But we made the point about they can make a real statement.
Yeah,
Gabriel Jesus has done that today.
Yeah,
maybe he's thinking might not be involved Tuesday, but. Do you know what? He's went out there, he scored 4 goals, got an assist.
Yeah.
He's put himself right in the frame for that Madrid game. And remember the last game when Madrid started, he scored as well, was excellent.
He was almost man of the match as well.
Because he played wide that night as well. We were all really surprised about that. But I thought he was outstanding. But the ones that did come off, and then probably 2 of our most energetic players, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden, got a proper rest today as well. Yeah. Looking forward to that game on Tuesday.
Yeah, nice to see Rick Laporte get a rest as well. I was kind of hoping Cancelo might as well, because he seems to have played so minutes. But listen, they're all in a nice flow at the moment, which is what we like. Let's talk about the highlights of that second half, of course. Straight away we came out the blocks, and it was, first of all, was a penalty, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah, I don't know what they were checking for. It took a long check.
Apparently they couldn't hear, because Ali was saying, Stockley Park was saying it's a penalty, but the referee just couldn't hear it for whatever reason, so I think that was it. So it was, I think it was a miscommunication or something like that. But
interesting.
Don't start name referees anyway.
Oh man, I know. You're arch enemy.
But no, and fantastic for Gabby to get his penalty, because he's missed a few as well. But yeah, great.
Absolutely. Then, of course, as well, we were thinking who's going to pop up and score again, but it was that man again, Gabriel Jesus, that got the second goal of the half to make it 5-1, Michael.
Yeah, you just look at the breakaway down the right-hand side, it was the pullback, and he mustn't have believed it. You get those opportunities, and then to take 4 near post, good finish. It was so comfortable, and as I say, he works very, very hard, doesn't he? It doesn't matter if he plays wider, he's still straight away, he's doing what he can, tracking back, trying to get one-on-one situations to get himself 4 goals. I think it's a great return, give him huge amounts of confidence, and it's another good finish. But I think it's about the whole team play in the build-up to that.
Beautiful goal.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think what I liked about our goals today and our play in general was the amount of bodies we got in the box.
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
Even for Zinchenko's cross for the first goal, there's 2 or 3 in there. His second goal with the ball for De Bruyne, if he misses that, there's another 2 or 3 players in there.
Yeah.
And then yet again for his 4th goal, great move, but there were bodies in the box, you know, and sometimes that's been a little bit of a criticism. The balls are getting fired across, we're not in there.
Yeah, left foot on the left, right foot on the right, the fullbacks as well. And that, I think Pep obviously knew he was playing those today, probably encouraged him to get a bit forward. As a result, the wingers could get a little bit more in the box as well, couldn't they? Because they weren't the ones providing the width.
But you look at why you can do that, and it's the two players in Rodri and Fernandinho.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different aspect.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that you've got that protection, and we did talk about it, didn't we? That it probably allows everybody to go that little bit more, especially having Fernandinho on the pitch. He sees it better than anybody else, the dangers as it's happening.
We've never seen him quite do that, as we said, Michael. Do you think then that could be almost now it's another string to our bow when we're coming up against these defensive teams?
Listen, I see the point, but we've got to be careful. This is Watford.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's much more open. You can go for it. You're creating chances. It's much freer. You're getting more possession, great possession return, lots of shots. So, enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're dominated by City, but you've got you can't say, right, let's go and play like that against Real Madrid.
No.
You've got to more control, less counter attacks. You've just seen a couple of chances that they had. If that's against a Real Madrid, then it could be critical.
Yes,
so you just got to be a little more careful. Enjoy today. It was great performance from all the team. And I think it was exactly... You couldn't have sort of got the game any better. To rest some players, nobody comes away injured.
Yeah.
And a great return of goals.
Yeah, and I think having gone back to the point there, and he's right, is Fernandinho and Rodri, and their 4 out of 5 goals came from crosses or wide areas. Yeah. You know, because it allowed our fullbacks to bomb on, as we said. I was surprised how narrow Watford were and the full-backs were, because they got exposed all the time down that side, but you've got to exploit that. It's obviously something they've spoke about, and as I said, you know, scoring 5 goals, we're all greedy. I wanted it to be 6 or 7 or 8.
Just for maybe that goal difference.
Absolutely. But at the same time, you know, 2 games in a week, 8 goals, 4 points clear at the top of the league. We would have took that all day long.
Absolutely.
This time last week.
Come on, the boys. Final word as well, Stephen. Of course, we saw Diaz back into the fold today. Zinchenko as well. I think at the back they were solid. And the presence and the leadership that Diaz brings as well, you can just see it's palpable, isn't it?
Just a beautiful man. I absolutely love him. And the thing is, certain players around the dressing room, and these guys will know, have an aura about them. They are leaders, and they have this presence about them that makes them stand out. And they just know when to get in the ear of the teammates, when to kind of cajole them, when to just calm them down and so on. And Diaz, as good as defenders as Stones and Laporte are, Diaz he's a feature club captain, basically. He's an absolute warrior, a leader. And even, to be honest, Zinchenko is sort of an unsung hero. We remember how good he was last year in the Champions League run. He was absolutely immense. The PSG game in particular, one of the most abiding memories for me last season was watching Stones, Zinchenko, Diaz try and make the same challenge, you know. So I trust him. I absolutely trust him. He's a fantastic player. But yeah, Diaz back. You need him. You need him in this stage of the season, don't you?
I'm going to put you on the spot now then.
Go on.
So Diaz is back in. Who's your 2 that you go with? Because it's Real Madrid on Tuesday night.
It's forever
now, sorry, we've talked about Diaz, haven't we? And I think he's a wonderful...
I'm coming back to you for the same question.
That's fine, but who comes in there now? Does it depend on the full-back situation? I'm giving you an out there now, aren't I?
No, I think it does, to be fair, because it looks like Walker might not be available and Cancelo suspended. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Stones over at right back potentially. I reckon it'll be Diaz, Laporte, and then, to be honest, Zinchenko does have that pedigree, to be fair to him. You know, he's done fantastic in the Champions League last year. Composed today, really good, I thought, today. Having said that, Ake, I think, is very much in Guardiola's good books at the moment, because he was immense, once again, away in Madrid, you know, so he's done that at Atletico, so I think it might be him. But honestly, at those back 4, any 4 of those 5 you mentioned, I trust them.
Yeah. Paul?
All depends on whether Kyle's fit or not.
Yeah.
And I know he's touch and go. If not, I think you could see 4 centre-halves in a back 4.
Yeah,
I know John Stones has missed out today. It looks as if he's going to be okay
if
for
Walker
Tuesday.
is fit, Dickie, what do you think he does, though? Do you know, because you look at the left-back situation, does he play an Ake, or does he play Zinchenko?
I think on today, I think he plays Ake. And what Ake's done before, because he trusts him. I'm not saying he doesn't trust Zinchenko. I think whenever Ake's played, whether it be centre-half or left-back, he's been outstanding. You know, and I don't think we talk enough about him, because if he doesn't play every week, and it must be so difficult for him, because he knows if everybody's fit, he's probably not going to play. But when he does come in, he never ever lets anybody down.
Another leader as well, isn't he, Ake? He's really liked and respected in the dressing room. The guy that was in his first 2 or 3 weeks at Man City, they put him in the leadership group. You know, he got nominations for club captain that early.
Really,
as vice captain. captain. So, not saying he was going to be captain, but he was nominated as a potential vice captain after a few weeks at the club.
Previous captain for Bournemouth.
Yeah, so they absolutely, they love him in the dressing room.
Here's one for you then. If Kyle is fit, what's your centre half pairing?
Well, that's exactly the question, isn't it? Do you know, to say if Ake goes there, is it Stones? I think you look at it as well and say, if John Stones has got a muscle injury, then what's the risk to reward? You actually say, well, OK, then we can play the other two.
Yeah,
they seem to have a little bit more control. And it's a great dilemma, isn't it? Because this is the only, this is the one spot that we're looking at, aren't we, to sort of go of a little bit of concern.
Yeah.
Well, 4 years
After
ago,
that, then you could say whatever he.
if we lost one of our centre halves, we were struggling, weren't we? 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now we've got 4 ones we can really. I just think with Ruben getting his first 90 minutes today after a hamstring injury, that slightly puts me, if Kyle's fit, of Stones and Laporte.
Yeah, Stones and Laporte. And Stones has been colossal as well, especially in the Atletico Madrid game. Wow. I actually saw Stones wandering just past the studio there before the game. He was looking well. Said hello, Johnny lad. Speaking of Madrid, though, this, of course, is taking place Matchday Live. I'm going to be with you as well come Tuesday evening. Michael, I mean, we all know how important this game is, but what do you think a bit of the game plan is going to be when you're coming up against one of Europeans' elites?
I think it's about control and possession. I think we've seen all the Champions League games so far. It's about controlling the game, but in the right way. Counter-attack is definitely something Pep doesn't want to get against him. So I think that's where they've done really well with the full-back stepping in, Rodri understanding his role a little bit better, not over-committing. And at these type of games now, those chances, those little bit of a detail, you give them a bit of a start, then you're in a little bit of trouble, aren't you?
Yeah.
You can come back from one, don't get me wrong, but it's about having full possession with the tempo. And I think it's a dynamic City controlling possession against them will be too much. And that's the difference. And I really believe here, I think we can set the tone, go right at them, put them on the back foot, but aggressive, but not stupidly, do you know, not big opening diagonal passes where you can get countered. It's literally pass with a purpose and quickly, good forward runs and really just control the whole game.
Yeah.
Our best form of defending is us keeping the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and just making sure we don't get countered. But I agree with Bruyne with the possession thing, but also, you know, this Madrid team, they've got some fantastic players, but they're an aging team as well. You know, you look at Modric, fantastic, Toni Kroos, fantastic. Can they chase Manchester City for 90 minutes? So I think we're going to have to be patient, keep the ball and tire them down. Marcelo, 38 left back.
Is that the legs thing, though? I mean, you look, and we've said again, haven't we, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne.
The energy we've got
that the
against it, because they are, look, I'm not going to, even Benzema, fantastic, 36. You know, can they play at the intensity that Manchester City are going to play with over 2 legs? And I think here at the Etihad on Tuesday night, it's going to be absolutely buzzing. And I genuinely think we'll have too much energy and too much talent for them.
And we've got the experience now as well. It's another thing we need to consider, that this City side, they've learned how to play in these games. We've done it before against Madrid, of course. We've done it against PSG and Dortmund. We've gone to the final before, so it's not going to faze the players anymore. It used to be that this club hadn't learned to be there yet, but we are there on merit, and we are now on the teams that Madrid fear. You know, like, they fear us just as much as we fear them. So, we absolutely have the experience. And for me, that will be crucial, because stepping out, they won't be anxious about that. It's very much the job for them, you know, these days.
Well, I think that was case in point as well in the Atletico game. And I wondered as well, you know, if we bring on them players and say we execute the game plans that you've both kind of described there, does that then put that real seed of doubt into Madrid? Say if we are able to impose our game and, you know, maybe touch wood, we might get 1-2 goals. Do then Real Madrid almost even worry going, gosh, we've got to go through that all again at the Bernabeu?
I think for me, if the tempo's quick, and you keep the ball away from them, at that point they'll believe they can score at any point because they're world-class players, you know, no question. But the one thing they won't like is chasing that ball around. They will want possession of the ball. And I think out of possession, I think that's where City is so good. And I think it's about pressing them. And I think here, I think that'll be the case, whether it be, you know, you play the front three, Kevin De Bruyne goes and joins it, makes it a 4, trying to stop out, try and play over the press. I think straight away that sets the tone of the game. And I feel the energy, how good City are getting the ball back, I think it gives you a little bit more momentum.
It will frustrate them. I mean, I'll go back to the PSG semi-final last season. PSG in their league are used to having the ball and being the dominant team. Once they couldn't get the ball over it, they lost their heads. Because they're that used to being in control. Real Madrid in the Liga, they're in control of the ball all the time. They're used to having 70-75% possession in most games they play in. Now, mentally, for that to flip round, because we will have the majority of the possession against them. And they don't have that. And I think that's where they'll come short.
As well, if we're looking at kind of, the back end of the season, and also, we know the Premier League in this, how important is it going to be to try and just keep this momentum going to then carry into the Premier League games as well?
It's got to be. It's all about its momentum and recovery.
Yeah.
I think when you win straight away, win comfortably, the confidence is there. And I think if it's a tight game late on and it starts to build a little bit of nervous tension, but luckily these 2 games have been good. I think it's just a really exciting end to the season, and isn't this what we want? This is what we've been waiting for. Yes, it's a bit nail-biting, it's a bit nervy, but this is exactly what you have to do to go and win the Champions League, to go and win the Premier League. I mean, how lucky are we to be witnessing and sat here with this wonderful team? And listen, it is a privilege, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it's still football.
Yeah.
We can't control. That's what makes it even better.
Yeah.
You cannot control it, and certain things can happen. You need a bit of luck as well. And it's not just, you've seen the best teams go and play and say, how did you lose that game?
Yeah, there we go. Well, come on, roll on Tuesday.
Well, it's not going to happen.
Before we wrap up here, we can now hear from our man of the match winner, involved in every single goal with 4 goals and an assist. The score was 5-1. What more do you need to say? Here's Gabriel Jesus speaking at full time.
Gabriel, many congratulations. Another really important win for us and a very special afternoon for yourself too.
Thank you. Yeah, very important win today. So yeah, we did it together. Was amazing game. Everyone's played so amazing, and yeah, that's all.
And does it count as one of the most memorable games that you've had for the club, the way it unfolded?
Maybe, yeah, because it's my first hat-trick on Premier League, so yeah, 4 goals, I think not a lot of players scored it, so yeah, I'm so happy. And then, yeah, I try to help my teams, and I want to say thank you as well for Kevin, because, he's the taker. And then he said, Gabby, go and score hat-trick. So, yeah, I want to say thank you for him to give me the opportunity. I was already scored 2, and he's not selfish and give the ball for me. And, of course, the Raheem Grealish as well. So, yeah, I'm very happy because, I'm here to try to score goals, to help with goals, Like I said before, I'm not Aguero, but I know I can help my team. Aguero is a legend, is one of the best players in City history. So, yeah, I try to help as well.
But definitely, you say a real special achievement again to get your first Premier League hat-trick as well, given that you've got several hat-tricks for us before, but it must feel really real special to yourself.
Yes, very. Because, when I scored 2, I tried to get the ball home, but sometimes block, sometimes the keeper saved, sometimes I hit it at the post, and then I was no lucky. So this afternoon was my day, I'm very happy.
And what did you make of our performance overall, Gabriel? Another really important win for us.
Yeah, like I said, great performance from everyone. I think the team needs this power like it was against Brighton. The team was so brilliant this afternoon again. We changed some players, but they stay with the same quality, with the same energy. So, yeah, that's the challenge, We have amazing players, very difficult to play here, of course. You have to stay on the high level to get the chance. That's, I think, is the challenge.
And at the press conference yesterday, Pep talked about the game, and he said that we've got 6 cup finals in the league, including today. And is that the way you and the guys in the dressing room are looking at it? 1 cup final at a time and get through them as best we can?
Sure. We have to think about the next game. So we cannot think about Real Madrid before today game. So yeah, now it's focused on Real Madrid on Tuesday to try to win. We know they have a lot of quality, amazing players, a tough opponent. We have to keep the energy and try to win the game, because it's going to be so important.
Like you say, we've got so many big games ahead of us. Is it almost as important for you and the guys to try and stay fresh mentally as much as physically as well, given what you've got to go through?
Yes, 100%. Because, Now I think is the most important part of the season. The season is end of the season, where is final games. We decide the trophies. We lost one cup now, so we have to play as a final every game. But like I said, think about the next game, not about all the games.
And how much confidence can we take, Gabriel, from the fact that we've been in this situation before, you and the guys, and you know what it takes to get over the line in those big matches?
We know our quality, but the challenge is to keep the energy, because with the ball we know we can create a lot of chances, but sometimes no work. So we have to stay focused on the game. Forever what happened, we have to do our job, try, because it's difficult. We know it's one of the tough league, and then Champions League. I don't need to tell you how important it is. So now is the great time.
And finally, as you say, Real Madrid next Tuesday. It must be a match that you and all the guys are really looking forward to.
Of course. Now it's time to think about them. Learning about them players, the way they play, because it's gonna be a tough game.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Oh, man of the match there, Gabriel Jesus. And I tell you what, I remember when he signed and he couldn't speak a word of English, and you look at how he's grown and the man he's become. It's an absolute joy to behold. And of course, very exciting for that game against Real Madrid. Atmosphere is going to be massive as well, isn't it, gents, here in the Etihad? So anyone that's coming, let's bring it for the boys in blue. But the games are coming thick and fast for City. Our women's team are in action tomorrow, and guess what? You can watch that live if you get on the City app or go on City Plus. You'll be able to stream that game. Come on, the ladies team. And then, of course, come Tuesday, Champions League semi-final night. Even saying that for the third time in our history, just take a moment and soak that in. Real Madrid are the opponents. Matchday Live will be with you every step of the way. Gents, it's an absolute joy as always. Massive thank you to Stephen McInerney, Michael Brown and Paul Dickov. And a massive thank you to all of you guys at home for watching. So I'll be with you Tuesday night. Until then, let's try not to let the nerves take over, and let's just come here and give us all the support we can get. Fingers crossed it'll be a big win on Tuesday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching.